You can always leave us voicemails, too. Alan Cox Show After Hours line is available to you. And if you listen to the show actually on the app from out of state, tell me where. Jason is in Tallahassee, Alabama. Tallahassee, Alabama. Nick and Cora listen in Golden Valley, Arizona. Noah is one of our bureau chiefs in Pittsburgh. He wants to know if you've remembered where your show is tomorrow night.
I did.
He said she should remember because she's done a show there and she had a beer from there. So he must have gone to your show the last time you were there.
No, because I've been back since I've been sober, but I'm going to be at Hop Farm Brewing tomorrow night. You can get tickets at steelcityaf.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hop Farm Brewing. Excited. Apparently they do really great shows there. It's like a monthly series that they do, so we'll see how it goes.
Look out right over the river.
Mm-hmm.
Go, hey everybody! Let's go over there to the fire hole. Say hello to everybody. All right?
Fire hole?
There's a fire hole right across the river from Hop Farm. You can yell. Is it an outdoor show?
Butler Street.
Yeah.
No, I think it's an indoor show.
All right. You can get over there and go, hey.
Just like that?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, fire hole?
I see fire hole.
You're down the street from the zoo. Walk over to the zoo.
Butler Street.
Why you tell some jokes to the animals?
I can't.
You never made a horse laugh?
Mm-mm. Have you?
Yeah.
What'd you say to him?
Huh?
What'd you say to him?
I don't remember. But he laughed.
Yeah.
That was all that mattered. I don't know. You know how he laughed? I said, someday they're going to change the name of Heinz Field. He fell over laughing. He said, that'll never happen. Never. And we have a lot of bureau chiefs, by the way, in the great city of Minneapolis, too. We've got Evan and Joel and Patty and all kinds of people there. You guys have both played Minneapolis.
Many times.
There's a place right downtown Minneapolis. It used to be the old Greyhound bus station, but like Target Center is right there. The Mayo Clinic is across the street. And there's a place called First Avenue. It's a big venue. It's been there for 50 years. It's hosted all manner of bands and comedians and blah, blah, blah. And they've got Dave Chappelle coming to play. And, of course, people are getting all worked up in Minneapolis because they announced that. Now, I would get worked up because tickets are $130 a piece. But what are you going to do? I thought I was like, that's got to be why people are all upset.
That's not that much.
$130.
That's pretty expensive, man.
That sounds expensive to me. I mean, what?
For a Dave Chappelle show?
I mean, this isn't a regular club gig where, you know, there are fewer seats, so they're obviously at a premium. This is a big venue. So that just sounded like a lot to me.
He'll probably sell it.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. But unfortunately, these are the headlines that Dave Chappelle gets now, is when somebody books him. You know, they go, online backlash, which who cares, right? The online is the word that you really got to pay attention to there. That's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Online backlash. Of course. This guy farts like Schwarzenegger in a British woman's face. Chappelle farts, and there are people coming knives out for him.
There's an opinion piece written.
That's right.
Yeah.
They've got one ready to go. A think piece on how Dave Chappelle
Stink piece
is bad for everything. And so, of course, as soon as there are people that probably have Google search alerts coming up, right, for when Dave Chappelle is in the news.
Like Dave Chappelle was seated on a stool, and he leaned to his right before releasing a fart. Does that mean that he is now a right-leaning
We knew
comedian?
he was right-leaning.
I mean, it's all there, guys.
He's right of center.
Watch the video.
He farted all over a freshly painted park bench. That is city property, Dave Chappelle. Yeah, so anyway, so that's what's getting news, is that First Avenue has booked Dave Chappelle. I had to Google at First Avenue. I couldn't remember if that was Prince's joint, but it wasn't. He bought a place. He owned a venue in Minneapolis. I don't remember what the name of it was, but it wasn't First Avenue. So if you're one of our bureau chiefs in Minneapolis, you probably already know all about this. The tickets went on sale this morning. I'd wager they're probably pretty close to being gone. Not least of which is because like third-party apps snatch them all up pretty quickly.
So frustrating, dude.
I bought my daughter, her graduation present, I bought her tickets for Post Malone in Detroit. And I went with her, she and I went to see Billie Eilish. And I guess she thought I was going with her to Post Malone. I go, no, this is for you
This
and whoever.
is a you
yes,
thing.
this is for you and whoever you want to take. Like, we had a good time at Billie Eilish, but I didn't want her thinking that, like, I was ball and chaining her. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I go, no, this is for you and a friend. And you go to, like, the seating map to see what's good and whatever.
So frustrating.
And most of them are scooped up by, third-party vendors or whatever.
Well, there's 2 concerts in the next few months that I'm looking at getting. Post Malone actually is one of them. It's the day after my boyfriend's birthday. And then the other one, Alan Jackson, is my mom's. She thinks he is just the sexiest, most beautiful man who has ever walked the planet.
My wife's a big Alan Jackson fan.
He's the hoochie coochie guy, right?
Yeah, Chattahoochee. So he's playing in Pittsburgh. So I was like, for my mom's birthday, I talked to my sisters about us buying those tickets and then doing like a weekend in girls' weekend in Pittsburgh. But the lowest tickets in like the nosebleeds are like $200, and
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so. And it's like a verified resale ticket. I'm like, oh, you piece of crap. Because I know those are probably $60 tickets that they got as soon. How do third party sites get them as soon as they go on sale?
Bots,
They
yeah.
scoop them all up.
But how do they have like pre-sale codes or something? Like, how does that even?
I don't know what the inner
They
workings
have
of it are,
programs
but
that
yeah.
just buy them automatically.
That's so frustrating.
It's like bots that are out for people who are on eBay a lot. They're those bots that will swoop in at the last minute and outbid somebody by 1 cent and win.
And a lot of people, like a lot of the artists, work with those resellers, and then they get a cut of the resale profit too. There's a whole
Yep,
thing
it's
about
a
it
big old network.
on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
Oh yeah, about how
where-
they pretty much
yeah,
collude with ticket companies and they
Bieber
get a
does
cut.
it a lot. And
Yeah.
most big artists do it that way.
That's so
I
stupid.
wanted to go to the Shawn Mendes Wonder concert, but he canceled all his tour.
Yeah,
Oh, I
he
can't-
needed a mental health break.
Yeah.
Listen, once you see that Camilla Cabello walking out the door, you go, I gotta take some time. Because I'm not getting that ass anymore. So I
He
am.
broke up with her.
Huh?
He broke up with her.
Nevertheless, he might have thought better of it. When you're in the moment, you go, I got to get out of this. And then you go, what did I do? It's what I assume every girl that has ever broken up with me has thought at some point. What did I do?
Oh God.
Oh, no. And then they go, oh, right. I'm much better off. Is this the Alan Jackson farewell tour, by the way? Maybe
it's his
that's
last
why.
tour. So
Yeah.
then I thought maybe that's what it is too. But like decent seats are $300 or $400, and I wanted to because I'm like, my mom doesn't go do things. She doesn't go to live shows. She doesn't do anything like that. So I'm like, do I get the floor seats for $400 a piece because it's her his last tour and the only chance she's gonna get to see him? So I would want her. I don't want her to be all the way up. You can't even see him. You're watching it on a screen, you know.
Plus, you never know if it's an actual farewell tour anymore.
Yeah.
I think if you're a solo act, you might be more likely to do it.
He's old, dude.
I
know he
He's
is.
got to be in his 60s. What'd you say? He's 62?
He's 62, and he's been diagnosed with Charcot-Marie tooth disease.
What? Wait a second.
I don't know what that is.
That's just gingivitis, isn't it?
Chakra Marie tooth disease?
Remember Chakra Marie?
Yeah.
I think she opened for, she was on Soul Train back in the
said
day.
it's a
Charcot Marie tooth disease.
It's a neurological disease, and he inherited it from his daddy.
Dang.
How ironic that his disorder is CMT.
Oh!
So stupid. Ah, right.
Okay, so maybe, I mean, I
So
assume if you
Tooth
have-
must have been the name of one of the doctors that discovered this, and they were like, I need my name. It was Bill Charcot, Jenny Marie, and Frank Tooth, right?
But so does this mean like his teeth fall out or something?
No,
So
I think Tooth is the name of one of the people who discovered this disorder.
it's actually a knee problem. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. My knee teeth are in bad shape.
Got cavities in my knee teeth.
My knee teeth.
It's not fatal.
It's hereditary.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if it's something that affects his mouth, he might not be able to sing anymore.
Yeah, because it's like if it's a nerve disorder and it just gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. Yeah. But he's been doing it for a long time. My wife has been a fan of his for quite some time.
He's going to mix up the hoochies and the coochies when he's singing.
Yeah. But he's had it for a decade. He got diagnosed 10 years ago. So I've had a great life. It's just good to put it out there that I'm going to be done.
What are his other songs? I just know that one.
Oh my God, dude. He has. Well, you're not going to know any of them. And I
No,
was like,
because
he's
my
got
dad
a-
used to listen to him, so I'll probably, if you bring him up, I might remember him, but I just know that one because he learned a little about living and a lot about
Yeah,
love.
it's
Living
fine.
on Love.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's
Didn't
him.
didn't
Okay.
he do the?
Yeah, I know that one.
Didn't he do the big truck commercial that they used for the truck song? I love Mercury. Wasn't that his?
I don't think I know that.
Crazy about a Mercury.
Crazy about
I know
a
Yeah, wasn't
Mercury.
it him?
I don't know if I've ever heard that.
Crazy about
Oh my
Mercury.
god, how do I know it and you don't know it?
Because it
Wasn't that his song?
I
It was
don't.
called Mercury. But I'm crazy about a Mercury. And then they used it, and then other companies used it, but changed the words.
changed the words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ford used it.
Yeah.
Crazy about a Mercury.
Yeah, his is like, lot about living. It's all right to be little bitty. You know that one?
Little bitty.
Little hometown in a big old city. Yeah.
I'm just a guy with knee teeth.
No.
It's funny. We were talking about Jason Aldean, country or something yesterday, and somebody texted and said Mary's dumb because that twang with all these guys is just put on. Because it's like,
Doesn't have to
if
be.
you're British and you sing, you can't hear the accent, right?
Yeah.
So it stands to reason that if you're, and I'm like, well, yeah, okay, but so what? That would be a fun accent to put on. It's
the best.
There isn't any, and I'm not a country music guy, but there isn't any song that wouldn't sound
Yeah.
at least funnier with exit light, enter night. You put a twang in any song and you're like, well, of course they're going to play it up. It's fun.
Yeah. Don't stop believing.
I mean, you've got to, like you're trying to grab the hill jacks or whatever, so you're going to do that whole thing. You got to wear a
in the
hat.
end, it doesn't even matter.
Right. Little bitty
That actually
is-
would make a. I wonder if that guy's countryfied that song yet.
Probably.
Because in the end, it doesn't like that sounds like a country song if you just go with the words. What was the one that he did that? Oh, Worst Enemy. The country version of that was really
yeah.
good.
I am my own worst enemy.
Ain't no surprise to me.
Sleeping with my clothes on.
Can't wait, forget
And
about
you're
the
gonna
things
climb
you
it
said.
through the window. Yeah.
And I think they changed it to my truck is in the front yard.
Yeah, right?
So it'd be fun. So, I get what that person was trying to point out, but nothing wrong with that.
My truck, my beer, my guns. Say it again.
Now, Poundcake did not lean into the twang,
No, he did not.
right? He could
why.
have. He did not.
My truck, my beer, my guns. Say it again. My truck, my beer, my guns. Say it again. My truck, my beer, my guns. Say it again. My truck, my beer, my guns. Say it again.
Mercury Blues was not. It was a song that Alan Jackson covered. I think the Steve Miller Band did it too. and
I was like, I've
some other
never
people.
heard that.
Yeah, it's an old song, but it's like a song about loving cars.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever work with Jack Knight? Did you know Jack Knight at all?
Yeah, he did the Accidental Fest a few years
Yeah.
Did he
ago.
really?
That's how I met him. I was one of the producers on Accidental Comedy Fest, and he was a one-night headliner and came in for the weekend.
I never saw him live, but I had seen him on a couple things. He did a voice on Big Mouth, which is like one of my favorite shows ever. This comedian, Jack Knight, shoots himself in the head on the side of the road in L.A. or something.
Oh, I didn't hear that that's how it happened.
They found him on an embankment off of a highway. He's like 28.
Was
And
his
this dude
head blown out?
They said it was a suicide. He shot himself in the head.
Oh, my God.
But this guy's 28. It just goes to show you, no matter how great things are going, if you got some...
He had a solid life in L.A. as far as his career goes.
That's what I'm saying.
you
Like,
know?
he was kind of on the rise. He was on that... What was that? They did another one of those showcase shows on Netflix. That
The
somebody-
stand-ups?
No, it was the
He
lineup.
wasn't on that
No,
one,
it was called
but
the
yeah. Mm-hmm.
lineup, I think, or something. And he had the show called The Bust Down with Chris Redd over on Peacock. Yeah, like he had a
He's
whole
a
bunch
writer
of things he was
on
doing.
all kinds of things. He
And
acts.
he was young,
he,
28.
28.
I didn't know he was that young when he did Accidental.
he was like 23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I call white women swans, because they're white and majestic, and people get upset when I chase them through parks. This is what I do. I get a whole bunch of white girl breadcrumbs, like Taylor Swift albums and animal cruelty petitions, and I put them in a little clump, and I go and hide in a bush and wait for a whole flock of y'all to come. And I'll wait, and we guys go, ah! I don't want to catch you, like watch you run. Run, Marissa! Where you going? Stop!
Yeah, that's
funny.
a bummer. Yeah, he's a funny dude. The Bust Down's a funny show, too, but nobody's watching it. Did you watch any of that?
It's so hard to get anybody to watch anything new on Peacock.
It's Sam J. It's Chris Redd. It's, it was Jack Knight. It was funny.
They have that other show with Craig Robinson, but all the people, everyone is watching Peacock for The Office or Parks and
Reruns.
Rec or
Yeah.
stuff like that they've already seen. So it's hard to get the new stuff popping.
Right. Rutherford Falls with Ed Helms. That's another one that's people are sleeping on.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet either.
It's okay, you know. If you do listen to the show, by the way, on the iHeartRadio app, you can always leave us messages there. You see that little talkback button, and you can drop us something.
Alan, I just want to side with you. I found it very offensive that Bill would already suggest that your mother has moved on from your father. It is too soon. I mean, we all know how your grandma was towards her later days. And, I mean, that is your mom's mom, if I'm correct, so there's plenty of time for that, though. She's got, like, 2-3 months in her. Sorry about that, buddy.
Son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Implying that my mom's ready to move on. My dad's only been dead for 5 weeks.
Some people,
Son of a
quickly,
bitch.
though, you know?
You son. What, Poundcake?
How would you respond to that?
Respond to what?
If your mom said, I want to get back out there, life's too short, and I know that because your dad just passed away.
She's
Help
not. Life's
me
too
set
short.
up a Tinder account.
Yeah. Life is too short. I mean, your dad died at 77, but he had enemies. No, my mom will never get back out there. I know that for a fact.
Why would she?
If my mom ever comes to us and goes, I think that I'm gonna, it'll never happen.
A friend
You
of
don't
mine.
want Chaz at Thanksgiving?
It's more Chaz. Guys, this is Chaz.
24-year-old
Yeah. No, listen.
swooping in.
Respect if that's what she does. My mom's 73. But to me, what I was worried about, I was more worried about like the broken heart disease or whatever.
She'll go next.
Yes, where she
Yeah.
dies in like 3 months
Dies
or
of broken
something.
heart, yeah.
Ugh.
I've thought about that where I'm like, I don't know how I would react if my stepmom was like, oh, here's my new boyfriend. I think I'd be I don't know if I'd be upset because I understand that you're lonely and you got to do what you got to do. You're an adult. You're grieving.
But that's
still
also
trying to
your
date.
stepmom. That's not your parent.
Yeah. But I think what would upset me would be if the new guy was at my dad's house. I'd be like, can you sell the house first? Like, do you have to have him over? And...
She living in your dad's
Like,
house?
in the same bed.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm this
wasn't
is all
her house,
this
though?
is all speculation. I'm not saying that any of this is happening.
Yeah,
but
right,
I'm
right,
saying
right.
if she were to, I think that would be what would upset me.
Why?
Because it's like his domain. Like,
But he
that's-
doesn't care. He's
Not there
gone.
anymore.
Yeah, but it's still like I don't know. That's like where all the memories were, and that's where I spent time with my dad. So thinking of another man
But it doesn't-
in that space.
But it doesn't change the memories. Memories are in the past.
But it's like not his space.
But it will be.
Chaz is going to make it his space. And then you'll have new memories with Chaz.
You couldn't think. Say your mom, the neighbor man, is around her age and he helps her out around the house or whatever. The thoughts of him like in your parents' bed or
That's
sitting
what
on
happened
your
with
dad's
my.
couch.
That's how my grandmother got remarried when I was a freshman in college. Is she the guy that lived right next door to her? She was in like this. My grandma was in an apartment, like one of these, apartment. Like there was a row of 4 of them.
Yeah.
And they were these huge apartments. I think she paid like friggin' $200 a month or something for 50 years. And the guy that lived next door to her had moved there with his wife from like Dayton or something. And his wife got cancer. And so my grandma was like helping out and they were kibitzing because my grandpa had died a long time ago. Lo and behold, the wife dies
They get together.
about 18 months later. And at that age, I mean, it's just companionship.
Yeah, you're just hanging out.
He was like a decade younger than my grandma.
But okay, so if you went,
She outlived him too.
if you went home and your mom, maybe she gave you a heads up, hey, this is our neighbor. He's been spending a lot of time with me. It's blah, 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 right? If you go home and you see that guy sitting like in your dad's chair, you wouldn't be like, get the hell out of that chair.
No.
Is
Really?
his mom
Because
happy in the scenario?
I trust my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know.
If my mom, listen, nobody would potentially have a bigger issue with any of that than my mom.
Yeah.
So if she's cool, you know what I mean? If she's
Yeah,
cool with
I
it,
guess.
yeah, it's fine with me. I want my mom to be happy.
I mean, yeah.
I don't want her trudging around the house
Being
for the rest of her
selfish, I
life,
guess.
pining for my dad. Hey, let me give you some tickets here. You want to go see Gary Clark Jr., still underrated. He's doing Tuesday, September 13th out at MGM Northfield Park on the current tour. So if you're a fan of him, I'll give you a couple of tickets here. Call 10. You'll pick these up right now. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
It's the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app or